Okay, so this is what happens when you expect to receive signs from spirit in a certain way. And sometimes it changes. Just like we get busy with our lives, spirit can be busy as well. And they may send someone else to step in to give you the message. Yesterday, I got a call that literally rocked me to my core that I was not expecting, because since my mother has passed in 2004, every time I was going to endure something hard, such as losing a family member or other things that have happened in my life, my job, whatever, I was always sent a rabbit. And the rabbit would always come in my backyard and be looking in my back door, or would come up to when I was sitting outside and be very close to me and just sit there. It has happened every single time. So I've always been prepared and ready that something was going to happen. Even though I didn't know what it was, I knew I could endure it and that it was going to be okay. So when I got the call yesterday morning that my cousin who had passed, this is my cousin who very much started my spiritual journey, that led me to reading about Joe Dispenza and to look at all different forms of healing. When I found out they had cancer, and I took the first Reiki course, and that's when I was able to start reading energy, and then found out my guides were always there and how to communicate. Like, really started my whole spiritual journey. So I had been ignoring the signs when my Hecate would be barking, because there was a cat in the backyard like all week. And this weekend especially. And Sunday evening I was sitting in the garage and a cat came into the garage, which really typically that's what the rabbits would usually do, but it was a cat. So didn't enter my mind to think of this being a sign, because I'd never been sent a cat for a sign before. So it never crossed my mind. So literally, I know my mother wouldn't have left my cousin's side, and I'm so happy that she did not. But it was my aunt that was coming to give me the sign. Now, whether all the wild cats that have been showing up this week have ran the rabbits off, I'm not sure. Either that or she didn't know it was a rabbit that needed to give me the sign. I don't understand that, but I know it was her. I even had to reach out to a medium friend of mine and say, hey, can you see who's sitting here with me? Because I knew who it was, but I just wanted confirmation. She drew a picture, and the way she explained it, totally my aunt. So I know that it was her, and I was getting my sign, but it wasn't what I was looking for, so I didn't realize it. So guys, the important thing is to realize, if you pay attention to the odd things that are getting your attention, there just may be a reason why. Period. Once you know to start paying attention to certain things like this that happen to you, you'll start to be able to put them together. You'll start to realize that they happen at certain times. You'll start to realize these things. But just don't be like me and ignore a very big one, because it wasn't the sign that I would expect to have received. Wasn't something that I expected to be a sign. So just be open, listen to your intuition, listen to the things that you're being told. I totally blew that one off, even though I knew it was strange, knew it didn't make sense. Totally blew it off, and I should not have. Not that it would change what happened, but I may have made a phone call that I didn't make this week, had I realized that that was the sign. Do I think my cousin's going to hold it against me? No, but what if I liked to have been able to make one more phone call? Very much would have. And I would have known what it was, more than likely. But anyway, just wanted to let you guys know, pay attention. You never know what's a sign. And if it's out of the ordinary and makes no sense to you, there's probably a reason. Sit down and think about it and fill it out and see where it may have came from. And you'll probably get your answers.